Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for this WBIR Plus special. I'm Brittany Bailey. This week, students across East Tennessee went back to school for the spring semester. So here's a look back at the top education stories from this week. Board members in Knox County schools gave the superintendent high marks and it exceeds expectations for his annual evaluation. 10 News reporter Olivia Degg breaks down the grades for that leader of the third largest district in the state.
In Superintendent John Ricewick's annual evaluation, he was graded on the 4 core priorities: excellence in foundational skills, great educators in every school, career empowerment and preparation, and success for every student. 9 school board members, as well as Ricewick himself, gave scores 1 through 5 on 15 categories. No one gave him a 1 on any category. Overall, the superintendent's average for himself was a 4.1. The average of scores for the board came out to 4.2, signaling an above expectations rating. Rankings on the board ranged. Former Vice Chair Steve Triplett gave the superintendent the lowest ranking, a 3, followed by Catherine Bike and Ann Templeton. Reverend John Butler and Betsy Henderson gave him the average ranking, and Vice Chair Travis Wright gave a 4.4. And the highest rankings came from Chair Christy Christie, then Patricia Fontenot Ridley, and District 5's Lauren Morgan gave Ricewick a 4.7 ranking. Rank was supports for mental health. Board chair ratings from board members signaled strategic and innovative leadership was a high point.
Well, the superintendent did earn a $2,000 bonus on top of his salary of $266,000. He receives $1,000 for every 1/10 of a point he gets above 4 on that evaluation. The board approved that evaluation on Thursday night. This week, school board members in Knox County also unanimously approved a design plan for a kindergarten through 8th grade school set to open in 2029. That new K through 8 school in Lonsdale would sit on the site of the old Rural High School and cost around $66 million. It would ultimately close Beaumont Magnet and Maynard Elementary schools and turned Westview into a preschool. 10 News reporter Olivia Degg spoke with the school board member for that area who says it is needed, and also a parent who has some concerns.
Inside Beaumont Magnet Academy,
it's just a small, special little school.
Ashley Pyburn's kids love their tight-knit fine arts school.
It does kind of feel like our little community is being, taken away.
But leaders say community schools like Beaumont, Westview, and Maynard pose challenges, leading them to the decision to close or repurpose them and build a K through 8 school.
Small schools have limited programming based on state formulas. There's only so many teachers.
Reverend John Butler, who represents the Westview area, says a bigger campus serving 1,200 students means more funding and opportunity.
There's going to be more added that they don't have access to because of the size.
The school board is set to vote on approving these schematics. They illustrate space for integrated arts programs, allowing children like Pyburns to continue their passions. They're also adding an IB program. The plan also shows a separation of grade levels between younger and older elementary school kids and middle schoolers.
The middle school component does not exist in that community right now.
Butler says a $66 million investment into the community is monumental.
We're talking about now a school that we can be, excited about for the next 40 or 50 years.
This parent says she's conflicted about the plan.
Having like a nice new school would be a really big deal. But also, it's not the building that makes the community, it's the people.
Well, we also are learning who showed up to give input on the new school. 105 people attended community meetings, most of them at the Beaumont session. The report shows that concerns about separating younger and older students shaped the design, including having separate cafeterias and gyms. 2 longtime rival high schools in East Tennessee could soon become one. Morristown East and Morristown West could soon just become Morristown. Those schools sit roughly 2 miles apart, and we are learning more about the plan to potentially merge those two schools. Hamlin County Schools is planning to conduct a feasibility study to see if it is in the students' best interest to combine those schools into one. That study, though, would not start until next year. Now, after some chatter on social media and some questions from the local paper, the superintendent, Arnold Bunch, addressed the idea in a board meeting a month ago. He mentioned there was talk about the merger being a done deal, but clarified that no decision has been made. He said there would be a study completed first before even taking the matter to the board.
There are a lot of items that we got to dig through and a lot of questions we've got to ask and answer. Our focus is to see if we can create a better high school experience for our students so that they are better prepared for whatever is next following graduation.
He went on to mention that this would only go through if it was in the best interest of students and allowed them to get more opportunities. He also said it will be a decision left up to the school board.
It's clearly a board decision, not a superintendent decision, and I haven't even done enough of an investigation into it to be able to give them a whole lot to even operate on. This is not anything I'll be ready to bring to the board for consideration for even next school year.
This, of course, has been raising some eyebrows in the community. It also poses questions about what would happen with sports, academics, zoning for the schools, and transportation. Right now, the superintendent says it is too soon to know. Again, that study will be done next school year, and the earliest changes would happen would be in the 2027-2028 school year. The superintendent says the board will make a decision based on the facts of the study and the best interests of the students. In North Knox County, students at Gibbs Middle School are learning new skills and getting a taste of something special with the school's new cafe, The Daily Drip. It's a project designed to blend learning, collaboration, and hands-on experience. 10 News reporter Sarah Ottman was there this week and shares more.
Yeah, we're sitting here at the Daily Drip at Gibbs Middle School, and I'm with some former employees of the cafe. This is Layla and Tinley. You guys were delivery students with the coffee. So first, I want to know how you got that position. How did you become a delivery service person for the Daily Drip?
So in our regular classes, we had to write essays, and we did projects, and we studied what it would be like, and yeah.
Did you have to do a formal interview?
Yes.
That's very impressive. And what about your roles and responsibilities as your delivery coffee and I'm guessing cookies and other treats?
Your responsibilities, you really have to know what you're doing at the moment, don't get caught up. But you will make mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes delivering, but you just really have to be focused.
How do you think that helps you? Those learning how to learn from your mistakes is going to help you later in life in your careers?
I really think that, when you mess up, that you,
There's always ways to learn from your mistakes, right? It's good to learn how to mess up so you can learn how to fix your problems. Yeah. What are some of your favorite menu items at the Daily Drip?
I really like the cookies and the pink drinks, and yeah.
The cookies are amazing. What about you?
The soaring sour punch, and I also love the cookies.
Yeah. The students created those flavors. Is that correct?
Yes.
There are really, really cool menu items here. Lots of different specialty drinks. We had those cookies, and they bake them to perfection here. So a really cool space for students to get some hands-on learning experience. I'll send it back to you in the studio for now.
And this first full week back to school, we featured another cool school. Today, we are celebrating Cedar Bluff Elementary School after the students there raised the most money for our Harvest of Hope campaign to support Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee. Sarah Ottman was at Cedar Bluff Elementary with the STAR safety students for the month, who helped other students across the school.
It's the first week back to school. We're live at Cedar Bluff Elementary School, checking out what makes it so cool. We're in the library. We're going to talk to some STAR students coming up in just a little bit. Today, Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. I know you guys have probably heard from the other cool schools we've done that fifth graders generally are the safety students, and these kids were selected as safety students and then also selected by their teachers for being the safety of the month. How did you first become selected as a safety?
I started doing good at school and started studying.
You were telling me that you really love being a safety. What do you love about it?
I love getting to see all of their faces light up when I get to see them. It just makes me have the best day ever. I love it. It's just so fun. I love safety.
What do you love about being a safety, and why is this something that you wanted to be a part of?
I like helping out the safeties and just being there for people when some people can't, and just like being nice to them and supporting them.
You were selected all of you were selected as Safeties of the Month. What did that mean to you to have your teacher select you as that?
Well, it made me really happy, and I was trying my best, and it was unexpected, but ever since then, I've never tried to stop being second Safety of the Month.
Tell me a little bit about what you think is so cool about your school.
It's mainly about the learning. I think it's pretty cool, and I also think that the cool prizes, you can actually win like some prizes by being good.
You guys are both really good at your grades, good behavior. Why is that important to you? Why do you want to be good in school?
Because I think it's a big opportunity to do something for your school, and it's like we're all a big family, and it's a big community, so I think it's just really helpful, and it's a really loving school.
I'm standing with one of the assistant principals and head principal, Ashley and Brian. Tell me just a little bit about what makes this school so cool as head principal.
It is very much a family-like feel here at Cedar Bluff Elementary School. We have just at 1,000 students and about 141 staff members, and they are what make this place what it is.
What are you guys most looking forward to in this coming next block of school?
I think just getting back with the kids, working with them, seeing those opportunities where they have those aha moments. That's what we work for, that's what we live for, that's what we love to do. So
this school is really cool, and I think what makes schools so cool is when you have teachers that stick around. These are stacks of pictures from one of the teachers that are sitting beside me. These are all the years that they have worked at Cedar Bluff Elementary School. Why do you love to teach?
The kids just bring me a lot of joy, and I think that, sometimes you have kids that struggle, but I kind of think about it, you love them into learning, and if they know that you love them and you care about them, they'll do anything for you.
What do you love so much about teaching?
The relationships that you build with the students, relationships you build with the staff and the community. We have a strong community support here.
Yeah. This school actually just recently won our Harvest of Hope Food Bank Drive, and I'm here with Chrissy. She kind of helps lead this. You work with Second Harvest, so you kind of wanted to give back to them.
We did. We work with Second Harvest and then a local church, Peace Lutheran Church, to supply our students with that are in need, maybe with Backpack Buddy program, which is we fill backpacks for the weekend or a long break, and then they have food, for the weekend. So we wanted to definitely give back if we could, and our community is always so giving. So we thought, why not? Let's give it a shot.
We've met so many STAR students here at Cedar Bluff Elementary School, as well as some STAR teachers and staff. The people here just seem to love it here, and I can see why. It's a big family here at Cedar Bluff Elementary School. Here are two more of our STAR students, safeties, fifth graders. You guys are leaders in your school. Why do you like to be a leader for Cedar Bluff Elementary School?
I like to help out the younger kids and how they're like really nice and stuff, and they give like hugs.
Oh, that's awesome. Being a role model for the younger kids. What do you think is coolest about your school here?
How the teachers are kind and everything, and how they can provide us some cool playground equipment and everything.
We've got some cool, awesome leaders that we've talked to here at Cedar Bluff Elementary School. What do you think is cool about your school, and also what is cool about seeing these STAR students before you?
Well, it's just a great place to be. The students are wonderful, and I'm just really here for the kids, and the staff is phenomenal, and we're truly a family here at Cedar Bluff.
A beloved Powell crossing guard is retiring after 25 years of helping students get to school safely. Linda Saya is a mother and grandmother who's been a staple in the Powell community since her own children were in school. And though she will miss this job dearly, she says it is simply time to hang up her vest. 10 News reporter Sarah Oppman has her story of going beyond her traffic duties.
It's that time of year again. Students wake up before the sun, jump into cars and buses, and head to their education destination. And those schedules and teachers may change from semester to semester.
Good morning, darlings.
For the past 25 years, one thing has remained constant.
My favorite. I enjoy coming to work.
Linda Saya has directed the traffic for generations of Powell students.
And the people.
But after more than 2 decades of stopping, slowing, and smiling hello,
Yeah, I'm going to miss them.
Linda is hanging up her vest.
I don't know, I might just stand in the road waving. Thank you, sir, very much. Thank you. You too.
Her retirement wasn't a decision that was made easily after years of fostering relationships that went beyond the crosswalk.
I do. I love them like they're my own, you know.
A love that goes both ways.
I love you so much. I love you too, honey. You too. I have a little routine if you're going to be turning here and your usual, because I can't see anything, to flash your lights at me.
And after 25 years of morning routines, goodbye doesn't feel quite right.
I'm going to miss the kids, the babies, but I'll see them.
So for now, Miss Linda is sticking with a see you later.
Or they'll see me. Yeah, they can't get rid of me. Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Linda Saya's last day is February 2nd. She says while she won't be on the roads directing traffic, she will stay in the community and hopes to keep those relationships she's formed. Thousands of parents across East Tennessee rely on school bus drivers to take their children safely to and from school every day. And for years, we have reported on the bus driver shortage in Knox County schools. Ahead of this school year, county leaders told us they had seen the gap narrow, but still did need drivers. The district has nearly 500 bus drivers who take 1/3 of the district's students to and from school. Sam Perez shows us what mornings look like for that crucial role.
When your child gets on a school bus each morning, they're greeted by a familiar face. Let's meet one of those school bus drivers.
My name is Arena Hyatt, and I am a school bus driver for SCU Bus Lines.
She starts every morning with a 4 o'clock wake up ahead of pickup.
Leave the bus lot at 6:24.
And not a minute later.
Because my first pickup is 6:27, and I'm on time. Every day, I make sure of that.
Greeting Powell Elementary students on her first route and then high schoolers next.
I tell them good morning every morning. I tell them have a good day when they get off. And I tell them to have a good night, a good weekend, a good holiday. They know if they need me, all they have to do is say something.
That connection is what Hyatt looks forward to every day.
That means a lot because some of them, you can tell if they're tired or excited, or they want to tell me stuff.
They also like to give her stuff. Hyatt has collected every gift she's received from students in the 16 years she's been a bus driver.
I had pictures, I have little pottery. I've saved all the little notes that they've given me, so it means a lot to me.
Those little moments brightening her day before the sun shines. And while there's lots to laugh at, Hyatt says she also takes the responsibility seriously.
In the mornings, especially with my elementary route, I go on some roads that you and another car barely fit on the road. Or there's animals. You know, it's dark, so you really got to pay attention to what's going on.
All of that work beginning before the sun rises. In Knoxville, I'm Sam Perez.
The bus company runs 39 bus routes in Anderson and Knox counties and is currently looking to hire more drivers. Right now, the charter company does have 3 to 4 positions open. To learn more about applying, you can visit this article on our website, WBIR.com. With the colder weather on the way, many students will be bundling up to stay warm, and some of them may need a little help to do that. Emily Crabtree spent some time at Knox County's Clothing Center, where officials have now started to track the number of students they've helped, and it's more than 1,000 so far.
Well, we are here learning about all things student clothing needs, and I am joined by Heather Willis and Carolyn Carter with the Knox County Schools Clothing and Resource Center. Now, ladies, talk with me a little bit about what the center does and how you guys take care of kids in Knox County schools.
The Knox County Schools Clothing and Resource Center is here to support any student with a clothing need. We make sure that students have at least 1 week's worth of clothes each semester, socks, underwear. We also have shoes and other items that are donated. Right now we're really focused on getting coats, gloves to the students because we're getting ready to have cold weather. And so we're just here to make sure we take care of all of the students' clothing needs.
Now, Carolyn, we talked with Heather a little bit about, what they need and everything like that, but there are also ways for students to get these clothing resources if they can't get them at home or anything like that. So let's talk a little bit about delivery and ways that students can reach out and get these clothing.
Right. Families can contact the school social worker, or if the school social worker knows of a need, they can talk with that student and that family. The social worker can then do an order for them. They can talk with the student, get their idea of what they're comfortable with, what they would like. Then we can send it directly to the school for the school social worker to put in the child's backpack and take home, or we can, the social worker can come pick it up. Also, we can do home deliveries if that is necessary for some of the students.
So obviously there are a lot of needs here at the center in terms of donations and ways to get involved. If you or your student needs some clothing items or kitchen appliances are also something that are available, you can reach out to Knox County Schools. But for now, we will send things back to you.
And thanks so much for watching this WBIR Plus special. Have a great day, everyone.